today I'll be testing out the Dior Backstage Foundation in the shade 5N. I did try it before, maybe like 6 years ago now, and I wasn't too fond of it, but I thought that I would revisit it and also revisit, well, or I should say try a shade that I believe is closer to my actual skin tone. And since this foundation is described as a medium coverage foundation, I really want to test out how well it will cover my hyperpigmentation. So let's get right into it. I'm using the Embryolisse Les Crèmes Concentrées. I'm using it as a moisturizer and a primer. I do have oily skin, so I do not do too much with my skin prep. I usually just do this moisturizer, which is a moisturizer, a mask, and a primer all in one, and then I just go in with my foundation. So this is a shade 5N. Let me show you guys what it looks like in the pot. So this is what it looks like in the pot. Okay. Okay. Let me just put a few dots on my right side, and then I'm gonna go in with the foundation to blend it out. I'm wearing all white, so I have to really be careful where I put my finger after this. Let me clean my finger and then I'll be back. Okay, so let's blend it out. It looks a bit red to me. And I did notice that, like, when I was swatching their foundations, all the end shades that I did swatch, because I am more of a neutral undertone, slightly golden, so all the 5N foundations that I did swatch in store were red, and I don't know what that is about, but yeah. So it's really easy to blend out. When I tell you that I don't feel anything on my face, I don't feel anything on my face. Like, low key, my moisturizer felt heavier than this foundation. Okay, it did blend out nicely, and it's giving me a healthy glow, not too overpowering. And I have oily skin, so I'm really careful with glowy products just in general. But I'm not mad at the glow that I have right now. So look at the difference. So I only have moisturizer on this side, and on this side is the foundation. What do you guys think? Let me get closer. Okay, so this is just one layer of my foundation, and my skin does look blurred, I would say, and it did hide some of the hyperpigmentation. You can see some of it still like peeking through, but when you compare, you can see that it did cover quite a bit, you know. So you still see some hyperpigmentation, but the look of it looks so much more unified. Let's do the other side. Okay, so I just applied one layer on my entire face, and this is what my face looks like. And I'll put it side by side with my before the foundation and now, so you can see how well it covered my hyperpigmentation. So I do have a dark mark that goes along, like from my under my cheekbones all the way to my forehead to the other side, and it does look so much better, but you can still see some of that darkness, like that shadow peeking through. But as I said, this is just like one layer. This foundation is not a full coverage foundation, it is a medium coverage foundation. It is not meant to actually cover all the imperfections on your skin, so you will still see some of those marks peeking through. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but as I said before, the foundation does oxidize. The color that you see through the bottle and when you first pump it out the bottle is not the actual color of the foundation. Just if you're in store or whatever the situation is, just let the product actually sit on your skin for a few minutes, I'll say a minute or two, to actually see the true color and actually judge if it would be a good match for you. But I'll say that if you also have hyperpigmentation and you're looking for a product that hides completely all those marks, this product is not for you. But if you don't mind still having some of that darkness just like peeking through and still having a very natural finish, a lightweight foundation and a glowy look, like I feel like I look so well moisturized, and I don't know, I feel like I just had like my full 8 hours of sleep, which I did not have. So I'm really happy with how like jovial I guess the foundation is making me look. Like this is just giving me a really healthy glow. However, I'm still going to go in with a second layer to see how well the product layers on top of itself, and also to see if it will cover further my hyperpigmentation. Okay, so this is what 2 layers of the Dior Backstage Foundation looks like, and after letting it dry for a few minutes, I can 100% say that this shade is just a tad bit too dark for me, so I have to play within the 4 range. I know that they do have other undertones, so maybe neutral in this foundation brand is just not for me, so I have to see within the other undertones if there's something that would work for my skin tone. But this actually is a good thing because the foundation comes in 43 or 44 different shades, and there are 10 shades darker than this one. So if you're also dark skin girly, then you'll probably find the right shade for you within the Backstage range. Also, let's take a moment to just analyze what my hyperpigmentation looks like under 2 layers of the Dior Backstage Foundation. So as you can see, you can still see my the dark mark I was telling you about. However, for the hyperpigmentation / acne marks that I have on my cheeks, you can barely see them under 2 layers. So my skin looks really smooth, really unified, and I'm really happy with the end result. Concerning the dark mark on the perimeter on my face, that is a dark mark that I've had forever. Like I couldn't really tell you when I noticed it, but I've had it for at least 20 years. So oof, I'm telling my age right now. But it is a mark that has been hard for me to hide under foundation, so I'm not really tripping about it. I'm not really tripping about it or upset that the foundation is not covering it fully, because as I'm sitting here right now, I can name you a product that actually was able to cover that mark, and it is a very dark grayish mark, so of course I have to color correct to offset the color and stuff like that, and that's something that I'm not willing to do, because when it comes to foundation and just makeup in general, the simpler the better for me. I don't want to have to use like 50-11 products to make my skin look like 100% unified, and my skin is not 100% unified. It's okay, I'm working on it, and I'm not really insecure about it. So if the foundation doesn't cover like my hyperpigmentations to its entirety, I'm not upset as long as it covers most of it. Anyways, let me stop rambling and get on with my makeup tutorial, because I have to go to brunch and run some errands today. So I'll test out the wear of this foundation and I'll check in with you guys later. Hey y'all, so it is now almost 4 or 5 hours after my makeup application, and as you can see, my T-zone is oily. Mind you, I do have oily skin, so being oily is really, I mean, not being oily is very important to me. So this is what my makeup looks like. Foundation and concealer from Dior Backstage. It's so loud, sorry. As you can see, my makeup still looks good. This is the concealer up close. There's some darkness breaking through under my eyes, but besides my T-zone, I'm matte everywhere else.
and my makeup still looks good and blended and it will look cute. Anyways, I'm going to check in with you guys once I get home. Hey guys, it is quarter to 8 p.m. and I'm about to wash off my makeup, but I wanted to check in with you guys first. So this is what my makeup looks like right now. As you can see, I am oily in my T-zone, just like I was in the afternoon with the previous check-in. But other than that, my face is pretty matte and my makeup still looks really good and really blended. Ooh, can you focus? And as you can see, you can kind of see, as I was telling you, my makeup marks and stuff like that under the two layers of the Dior Backstage Foundation, but we already knew that, as I said. Other than that, the makeup held up pretty well. I think that I'm going to get the foundation again, but this time actually do a proper shade match and get my shade, because I do like the glowy luminous finish of it. And I just have to be aware that whenever I wear that foundation, I have to bring a mattifying powder with me. But other than that, you guys, I'm really happy with the finish of the makeup and how my face looks after. I can't remember like how many hours it has been. I started doing my makeup around like 10:30, 10:40-ish a.m. and it's now quarter to 8. So for how many hours is that? 8 hours? I want to say how many? Yeah, 9 hours. So for a 9-hour wear of makeup, I look pretty good, I would say. Okay, so just to summarize, if you have oily skin, be worried that this foundation will leave your T-zone oily by the end of the day, even like 4 hours later. And then it does hide hyperpigmentation, but it is a medium coverage foundation, so do not expect for all of your marks and hyperpigmentation to be hidden, but it will hide them enough for you to look flawless and even everywhere. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this review of the Dior Backstage Foundation, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share it with your girlfriend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.